And we're back. On day 3. I just lost Twitch on my tablet. Let me get that back up. Alright. So we're back on day 3. Just to recap. Day 1, we started up here, ran through the newbie quests, or the starting quests, I guess I should say. And we're headed to the trader here at the end of it. Found this trader. Wound up on a, what is going on? But oh, it's updating Twitch. So I guess I'll have to wait to bring it up on my... Okay, now it's fixed. Convenient time for it to do that. But, oh good, and I get an ad again. So we started up here, worked our way towards the actual quest trader, found this trader along the way, kept exploring, looking for water mostly. Found a little bit of a burnt forest biome over here. Found a town node, and then eventually found water way over here on the edge of this burnt forest biome. Set up a temporary little treehouse for overnight right next to it, and then on day 2, we built the beginning of what is going to be our farmhouse, right next to the town. It's nice and flat all in here, and there's some decent little clay deposits without being. Let's have a look at it. Without being too out of hand, leaving us a lot of good farmable area and a nice place to put a farmhouse. On this morning, I was headed over to refill water and collect buckets of water, and when was headed up to the there's a little sliver of I'm on the wrong channel. There's a little sliver of desert biome, and I was headed over there to get some sand and hopefully some aloe, and was promptly swamped by a small pack of dogs. Hence the title of today's stream. It's because we are the Dogmeat, and also it's a little reference to our good friend Dogmeat in Fallout. Kind of miss Dogmeat. I sort of wish we had Dogmeat over here. Okay. But anyway, so we have to do a what we know in old-fashioned EverQuest terms, a corpse recovery. It's actually a backpack recovery in this game, but we are off to do that. You can see it there on the up on the compass. But I think what I'm gonna do, because I don't know the extent of this dog situation over there, if we're gonna have to deal with that again. But did I leave my... Yeah, okay. Well, first thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna make some frames. I've been told that wood frames is a good way of dealing with dogs. The other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go pick up the bedroll and replace it at the treehouse outpost, because I don't know what the extent with this dog situation, and I don't want to have to run all the way back there if we die again. And I can't help myself but to pick up all this stuff while I'm here. But I kind of need to get a move on because there's stuff I want to do today. I mean, it doesn't have to be done today, but the sooner the better. Actually, it really kind of does need to be done today because we need to get some corn in the ground. We got corn seeds back at the hacienda, and we need to get those in the ground so we can get those reproducing. I just can't help myself but to collect every plant I can get a hold of, particularly goldenrod. Alright. I hate dying in this game. I mean, it's not like, you know, you love dying in any game, but it's a survival game, and it's kind of the point is to survive. It's not that painful. I mean, it sends you back to your most recent bedroll placement as your spawn point, which, you know, will, except for maybe the first one you place on the first day, will, you know, pretty much always be somewhere safe. And you have supplies around that you can, and I need to actually make sure I keep some stone and stuff over there and some fibers. Oops. So I can, you know, maybe a few arrows to make. So I'm running around with something with more than just a club, but and you lose. I think it's 10. It seems to be 10. It might be a little more, a little less. Might be a percentage. I don't know of your wellness, which is a little bit of a setback. I mean, I don't know if you're using good food and drink, which we will be in pretty short order. It's not that big of a deal because you'll gain that back pretty quickly. But did it put it here? Yes. It's a pride thing. I hadn't died yet in this game, and I've gone, I don't know, a week or two before without dying. I kind of just prefer not to die at all. But if you're gonna go, I guess, you know, that's the way to go. I mean, it happens to everybody getting swamped by dogs. I imagine at some point, you know, I'll probably tell the same tale about some cops and bees and stuff like that. But right now, it's dogs. They're kind of hard to deal with because they're fast and they have a tendency of coming in groups. I thought it was like 4 that got me, but looking back at the replay, I don't know, I actually think it was only 2, and I thought I killed one of them. I apparently did not. So we're gonna try to, like, how far away from this are we? Yeah, well, no. We're pretty close. We made it into the desert biome. I'm gonna sneak. See if that helps us. The problem with this spot is you've got forest biome over here and wasteland biome over here. Wasteland especially will have dogs in it, but I've run into them in forest biomes also. So you're kind of sandwiched in between. I think I don't know. I think I was relatively careful. I don't know. I kind of came running through though, and that was that. I don't remember. Oh, look at this. Aloe vera. Gotta love it. Yuck is nice also. Yucca is very nice. In fact, I think we might load up on some yucca while we're over here in the desert. We got a Z ahead. Where? We're hunted. Shite. As long as I can take care of whatever, as long as it's not... Oh, damn it, dog. And I'm bleeding. Damn it. Where's my bag? Where's my bag? If I can get to the bag before the bleed. Where's my bag? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where's the... Oh, this is not good. Ah! I thought I equipped it. I thought I equipped it. Oh. Oh. I really hate dying in this game. Oh. We got back. We whacked the dog aggro. And because of that other guy, actually, you know what? That was my own butterfingers. I thought I equipped that bandage, and I apparently did not. Alright, let me make another attempt at this. We're down to 84 wellness. Oh well, we will repair all of that in short order. What I hope we're able to do in short order, and it's noon. Yeah, love it, love it. What I hope to be able to do in short order is find my original pack, because I don't think it marks both of them. I think it only marks your latest one. And if we run into dogs on the way over here without a weapon, we are kind of in trouble. I think I'm gonna, you know what, I don't have time for this. 84, golly. 2 deaths. 2 deaths. Well, one thing's for sure, if we make it through this, we are going to make a point of loading up on everything we need from this desert biome. So we don't have to deal with this for a little bit. I can't say I've really had too much problem with this kind of thing. It was the bleed. I fumbled the bleed. So, mental note. Keep some bandages available back at the hacienda. Oh, he's camping me. Is that another one over there? I have to find... Where is my original backpack? That's going to be the ticket. It was right in here, I think. Passage. It's right around... Here we go. Does he see me? No. Alright. Okay, first things first. Let's get our gear back on. He sees me now. Yeah. And we leveled. Nice. Okay. Where's our other backpack? Does it not mark it? Well, it's here anyway, so. Alright, we're going to leave that for a second. We're going to go into a hide. I got to get set up again. Okay. Okay, these go here. Alright, first of all. What is that? The Twitch status window sits right over the top, well, really over half of the bar here. So I can't say I'm entirely sure what everything is, so I have to actually pull it out. Okay, that's going to be that. It's going to go there. We got our there. Bow goes there. I think there's a hammer. Should be, yes. Or an axe, yes. Okay, now we got to make sure we get our bandages where they need to be. Beautiful. Okay. Now, stone here. Arrows there. Then cotton. Snowberry goes over here. Fibers. Everything in where it needs to be, I think. Bottled water. Yeah, we'll put the yucca here. I know it probably seems kind of a little OCD, but you know, things can move fast, and you know, time is an element in this game, so I like to kind of know where everything is. And let's look at make sure we're all wearing what we need to. Probably gonna have to replace that hat. We'll probably have to put a hat on. Thought I found some goggles at some point. I guess I didn't. Probably got to make some new clothes too. These are all pretty low quality from the first day. Check out our skills. Okay, we'll go with a level of camel. I like to work those because it slows down your need for food and drink, and you get improved wellness from consuming good food and drink. Actually, arrows go over here. I knew something was off. Okay. That can go away. And we'll put the aloe vera down here, I guess. Really don't need that at all, but fertilizer. Okay, so we're back. We are back in the saddle, and it is a scant 1:30. 1:30 in the PM, which means we got a little bit of time. We can do this. Kind of curious how far this goes. I'm gonna collect some yucca, because while wasting all this time, we were not hunting. And I think we're kind of getting a little low on food. In fact, we are getting a little low on food, so yucca is going to be good for us. I also want to get some aloe vera while I'm out here, because we can make medicated bandages with that. Well, first aid bandages, along with cotton, which we have bunches of right now. So, very good. Desert biomes are great. They're just not great for everything. That's why it's nice to have access to them without actually being surrounded by it and having to live in it. Some people really like it though. A lot of people swear by the desert biome. I enjoy it, actually. I've had a couple of pretty interesting games that heavily involve desert biomes, but it's not my preference long term though. If you can get water and you've got a different biome nearby with wood and stone, desert biome can be really, really good. Yeah, in fact, the only thing about the desert biome is just, well, there's not a lot of dirt. There are dirt patches, and that kind of, I like to farm, and that kind of makes farming a little bit of a challenge. So you're either you gotta kind of set up where the dirt is, and you're kind of limited, or you have to bring dirt in. And those blocks take a little bit of time to make, so when you're doing it en masse, especially early game, it can kind of be a little bit of a pain. The other thing is there's not a ton of wood. You get a lot of these kind of boulders. In fact, how are we on stone? Yeah, we're in good shape on stone. I'm going to screw with that. But you don't also get the tons of stone like you do in other biomes. And this is pretty cool. I wonder if this is the canyon desert biome they were talking about with the new patch. How are we on fibers? Yeah, we'll whack a few cacti. Because we get yucca from those also, as well as plant fibers, which is very good. It's a twofer. There's a pig, which I probably ought to try to whack, but I kind of want to hold off on that. See, and that's what I believe. I believe this is clay. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Yeah. All right. Even though we need sand, we're just gonna whack that for now. Nope. Didn't mean to do. I'm a noob. Apparently. Actually, I've been playing for about a month. So, noob enough. I still do stupid stuff. Scrap stuff that I mean to equip like that. I guess we'll drink a little bit. See if that cools us off. And at the earliest possibility, That's another reason we need to do some hunting. I need to make a poncho. This is like way too hot. You really don't want to be this hot. Where are we at? Yucca. Oh, we got... Start our second stack of yucca. That's great. That's fantastic, actually. Let's see, 225. Yeah, we need to get a move on. Kind of leisurely going about this. We need to... I see... pine forest above us. And more. 110. Good lord. I'm gonna pop up to this forest biome just to kind of cool off. Now, is that more desert? It is more desert. No. No, that's wasteland, I think. Yeah, that's wasteland. So that's interesting. We've got forest, a little patch of pine forest, burnt forest this way, wasteland this way, and just this sliver of desert biome. Okay, we can cool off now. We're in the pine forest, technically. That's a good. You know what? I'm just gonna dig sand here. Why not? Are we a little close? Are we gonna attract stuff from over there? I'm not gonna worry about it. Inventory. We're gonna need some space. What can go? What can? Okay, that can go for sure. I hate to do it, but like that. And now we dig. Now, I wasn't aiming anywhere near that. It's not like I'm new to digging in this game, but I don't get where it digs from sometimes. Sometimes it's really chunky. I wonder if your accuracy improves with, say, like, what was something ghosted right there. See that? Look at that right there. There's collision on it, but I can't do anything to it. Interesting. $111. $112. That's dirt. We don't want that. Actually, where are we with sand? Okay, yeah, we're good. We're getting there. Yeah, I wonder if using better tools improves your accuracy. I never really paid attention to that. I mean, it seems like you play high, to higher levels in this with better stuff, and you kind of get used to having that stuff. You kind of, it's not something you really notice at a point. But I wonder if that's a factor. I'm gonna have to kind of pay attention to that this time. Let's see, I could make an iron shovel now, but I kind of want to save my iron because we don't have a ton at the moment, and I kind of need to be a little like strategic about how I use my resources this early on. And this does the job. As a matter of fact, I kind of find when you get the better tools and you're kind of going through this stuff like a hot knife through butter, it's easier to make mistakes. Like when you're like planning out, like if you've already, like say you're mining and you've already got a mine established and you're kind of, you got your, you know, the ways you're digging and or you're mining through and you got your kind of pattern worked out. You know, it's great going through it fast. But it's like when you're just starting out and you kind of aren't sure where you're gonna go with something, and you know it's real easy to make a mistake when you take it out with, you know, one hit or two hits. And sand goes fast. Sand goes fast with good tools. So I'm not too worried about it. It's gonna make a deeper hole, yeah. Alright, well, just start back this way. Sounded like an airdrop, but I don't see it marked anywhere. We should have had one by now, I think. I wonder if there are the. I don't know. I don't know that I've seen an airdrop since the patch. I want to say with 72 hours, you were generally getting your first airdrop like the second day, I think, is when it starts. But maybe not. I mean, it's day 3, so we should be. We should either be seeing one or have seen one by now. Like, that is so weird. Glitchy spot. A little bit more. A little more, and then we'll head back. Let's see. Wow. Amazing. Kind of went through that. I was thinking maybe for a second I might have accidentally made an iron shovel. Yeah, stone or sand goes fast. This actually finding this desert biome was a real stroke of luck. Because unless you find seeds anywhere, that's the only place to find aloe. Which you will. You'll see seeds in places, but it's nice to get a jump on it. We can make a bunch of seeds out of everything we looted out of here. Or harvested, I should say. I hear angry dead people. Or angry zombies. Angry Zed. Growling. What time is it? It's 5:15. Okay, yeah, we got a little time. We're okay. We're okay for now. And there's our welcoming committee. Finish this out. And we are going to be leaving. I just don't want to deal with them. What did we do on sand? Yeah, we did alright on sand. Plenty more if we need to come back, which hopefully will not be for a bit. And it shouldn't be. That should be enough for quite a while. I think we could probably get maybe about 1,000 jars out of that, maybe ish. Ouch. 2 deaths on day 3. Golly. Well, I think most people... I only feel better about it because there were dogs involved. Dogs are a pain. They bleed you. They also infect you. Tend to. And I did kill that dog that attacked. But the bleed got me because I had to deal with another aggro. And I had no inventory on me. Yeah, good. Okay, no more of that. How are we on aloe? Okay, any aloe we see we're gonna grab. See if there's anything spectacular. Nope. Desert biomes are also really good for bird's nests. I don't know if there are any more bird's nests in desert biomes than other places, but they're definitely easier to spot. Spot that we have to be careful going through. Where the rubber meets the road. Actually, weird little slivers of biomes right here. It's kind of crazy, but very handy. I don't know why I found the need to stop and get wood while traversing that, but I did. We're definitely going to get this. Actually, what are we on everything? Oh, we're looking good. I'm going to whack a few more trees on the way back. And we'll work on our smithing overnight again tonight. I don't have anywhere to put it, is the thing. I could drop the... Yeah, I could drop a couple things if we were to whack that. But let's deal with some wood real quick. 7 p.m. You know, I can't remember offhand if we still have a little bit of meat left over at the farmhouse. Probably ought to try to make a kill today. It's now 8 p.m. So let's go ahead and get on back. Double check that in case we need to go try to make at least like a kill tonight. I mean, we'll be okay. We got all this yucca and everything, but I'm kind of thinking I might plant some yucca. It's good backup food, and if you got the space, I mean, it's just a matter of just dealing with it. And we're gonna be our primary food source, at least for quite a while. It's gonna be, I mean, once we get farming going, that is gonna be corn, because it makes cornbread, which is really, really good. It has smell and it stacks 50, and it improves your wellness. Shite, scared me to death. I'm just gonna leave it. Where are we going? Okay. And we're, well, 2 deaths, but alright. Let's see here. First, is there meat? No meat. You cooked it all. Okay. Let's take care of this. Alright. Well, first of all, actually, buckets are gonna go in here for now. Because I think I'm going to rework the roof a little bit. I mean, it'll work the way it is right now, but I think usually when I set up one of these bases, it's because it's easy to put together, right? It's wood and wood's abundant. Sorry, I was thinking about something. Wood's abundant. And it's easy. It goes together easy. You're not doing a lot of digging. You're kind of using the foundation of a rock, which kind of helps, because that way if something comes tearing through, you know, it's not gonna. You've got, you know, redundancy in your structural integrity, which is very nice. And it just goes together easy, but generally it's a temporary thing, and then eventually I'll build a more permanent farmhouse after I get my actual base up, and it'll kind of be sort of like my house. But I'm thinking with this one, I think this is just going to be the farmhouse, at least this one. You know, we could maybe eventually put another farm someplace else in another part of the map. But I think this is going to be it for a while. So I kind of want to kind of spruce it up a bit. Make a few changes, I think. And I'm not entirely sure how I want to do it, but I have an idea. But we'll see. And that'll be our project for tomorrow. Tomorrow we need to clear kind of figure out where we're actually going to be farming, clear some places. This rock right here needs to go. This boulder. It's a little close, and we don't need Zeds getting up on top of that. Which is fine. We can take that out. Start clearing around here. That's all clay. So we're not going to be farming right there. I'm not too worried about that. Might be nice to, yeah. Got a lot of stone to work with. I kind of considered, actually, with the amount of stone and clay around, maybe making the base of this cobblestone. I was thinking, because you can upgrade these blocks directly to reinforced iron, to iron and then, or scrap iron and then reinforced scrap iron, which would do the trick. But I don't like using iron for that. And I'm thinking about extending this porch over so I could just go around leave this as is and just go all the way around the bottom of it with cobblestone blocks. And I don't think it'll be too expensive materials wise. Where are we? Let's see, we got a little time before nighttime. I want to punch grass because that's the only thing we're a little low on, low-ish compared to everything else, and then we can spam craft overnight. Yeah, because this is not, for anyone who might be watching, and if I didn't mention this before, this is not intended to be an actual base. This is not, this is not a horde base. I'm not going to defend this. It's kind of designed to be a place to do some crafting and to reasonably securely store stuff. And it serves as a base here, and in the opening days, maybe even the first week or two of a fresh play. But it's not intended to be super defensible. If you make a base like this and you're in here and you hear a horde roll up and they detect you, you're going to want to go outside and deal with them. Now, if it's at night, you might want to hang tight till morning so you're not dealing with, everything running on you. And it should hold up to an extent. For something like that, but it's not meant to be an actual fortification like a real base would be. It's really this is just an outpost that is serving as a base since we're just getting started, and we need to do some farming. 2153, okay, start wrapping this up here in a second. Now that said, I am going to put some defenses on it, though we'll get some spikes out around it. And you really want it to have a secure base on it. So if you get like say a wandering horde, there's always one or two that get caught. This is actually why I started building my own farmhouses instead of using existing structures. Ooh, time to go. Is I used to use just find a good spot, looked like be a good farmhouse, and just use that, and they work. The problem is the game loves to throw wandering hordes at you while you're farming. And one day, while dealing with one of those, sorry, I was concentrating on what I was doing. One day, while dealing with one of those, I killed a horde of, I don't know, 15, a dozen, something, Zeds that came rolling through out in my farm area. And there was one I couldn't find. I kept hearing him, and I couldn't find him, and I had, a dozen Zeds, so, it was easy to just concentrate on other stuff. And I finish up with everybody else, or all the rest of the zombies, and sorry, I keep getting distracted. Deal with all the rest of the zombies, and I go around the side of the house and find this one. He's gotten caught on like the porch of this. It's just a wood house out in the country. He's gotten caught on the front porch and has proceeded to chew through, that, like the ground level of that whole side of the house. Now, it didn't cause any problems because all of my tools and everything else were on, another side of the house. So it really wasn't that huge of a thing. But it was just, ugh. So I reinforced it, and it worked fine. After that, I didn't have that problem again. So really the best thing, the thing I've learned, really the best thing is when you're in a like a, an outpost structure like this, not necessarily your fort. And you get a horde that comes through, and they detect you. I'm in my house right now. They won't come up this ladder, or they shouldn't. Like spiders can crawl up walls, but we're not going to be getting any spiders wandering through here anytime. It's the third day. Anytime real soon. Normal zombies won't climb that ladder if it's not attached to the bottom block, which it shouldn't be. No, it's not. So we have nothing to worry about up here. But if they detect me, they're going to try to get at me, which means they're going to stand at the base of this thing and basically just beat on blocks trying to get at me. which ultimately, if that happens en masse, can affect your structural integrity, conceivably, depending on how you've got your thing built, can bring your place down. Which is why starting out with limited resources, I set these things on top of a rock, because you've got basically solid everything. There's one part in this one, like this corner over here, where there's a space I didn't fill, and I was watching the replay, kind of glancing through it, and I noticed I left that. I probably should have filled that. I should have put at least a frame there, preferably have filled it up, but at the time I was thinking of this as being just temporary. And it may still be temporary, but we're going to do some more improvements on it than, I don't know. It's like the windows are off center. Maybe I'll expand those windows. Nah, I'll probably leave those as they are. Maybe expand this one. Knock this out and add, second, windows there, that kind of thing. Just make it a little, make it homier. I'm gonna expand up top. Gonna change the pool area. Make it a little bit more functional, a little easier to get to. I get tired of running up and down ladders. You're always clunking around on these things, and but anyway, so that's why I didn't fill that spot, and I should have. But I'm thinking maybe about going around the whole bottom of this with a, so like one block deep, you'll have an extra block all the way around a foundation of cobblestone, which is pretty nice, and that can be upgraded later to concrete, which is also very nice. You know what? I need to get to doing some crafting here. But what I was getting at, let's see, we're gonna set that. There. We'll go ahead and just get rid of this for now. We'll start with arrows. Let's see, 133. So we need 100. And 27, I think. Yeah. When you're in a base like this, you don't want them sitting up just beating on the foundation. So you don't want to really, I mean, obviously, if we were to get a bunch of zombies show up here right now, and they're beating on the side of the house, I'd probably go outside and have a look and see what the situation is. Try to figure out how many there are. It'd be hard to do because we've got that porch area. So if they're up under it, you won't really know. But if it's during the daytime, I'd probably have to go take care of them, basically, and just battle it out and see, And if there are no bloateds in there, those are the ones that are really tough. No dogs. Dogs will show up on wandering hordes, sometime, like, I think they, depending on your game stage, I think, like the second week I've seen them. Maybe third week, I don't know. But during the day, under normal circumstances, like not at night where they're so dangerous, you really want to go out and fight them. You want to get them away from your structure. Even if you have to just kite them away and then, lose them and come back. You don't want to use this as a fortress. It will be defensible to a point. And that's kind of what it's designed to be. So anyway, that's my long-winded, it's overnight and we have nothing else to talk about, speech about the purpose of this base. So if anyone was wondering, why I'm building this base this way, this is not how I would build a horde base or a, long-term base. Because that's not the intention. It's just a place to, ultimately to have a place to make food, place to make food and drink, essentially, and to have some secure storage, place to stick a bedroll, that kind of thing. Speaking of which, yeah, I knew I overdid it. All right. Math not being my strong suit. All right. Let's see. 6, 12, 18. But I like it. I like it. It's nice. It's kind of cool to have a place like this. When I'm building them, not on a rock, not like the second day. Like, a lot of times I'll do like a little temporary one, like this, like literally just like this. Maybe extend this a little bit out here, put the ladders out there, throw a little porch up there, and then this is it until I build a real farmhouse, which is basically kind of my house. It's where I put a bed and, have a view and, kind of decorate a little bit and all that. And it just has, a couple of campfires and a forge in it to make glass, and doesn't really have much of a heat profile. But, I kind of like to wait to do that where I've got the resources to really, go kind of big and have some fun with it. But I kind of dig this one for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe it's because this town's here. I don't really want to go too crazy, build anything. So. Nice. Coming along. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull the clay. Double up on the sand. Having these bases near a road, like this one is also handy. This is a little farther than I normally would put it. I would usually put it pretty close to the road, maybe right next to the road. But we've got, this town over here, so I didn't want to be too close. But But roads are nice because they're nice. They're generally nice and flat. At least I mean not all of them, but actually I mean even the not flat ones are nice for kiting. So you get a wandering horde through here or some random aggros, and you can just pull them away from the base and go out there and kite them all on the road. You got to clear stuff. Any cinder blocks have to go. Any in this immediate area, we're probably cleared that whole street. Um, maybe at some point we'll build our own road. This is all flat right here. Build a road connection out to that road from here. So we'll see. It's like everything in this game. It just depends on how far you want to take it. Time is almost 1 a.m. I think I might get this to about 250 and then switch over to axes. In fact, I might just switch over to axes before this gets to 250. I always do weapons first because I figure it covers, your melee weapon, your blunt weapon, your bow, and your shiv. So, whereas, starting out at least, you've only got, as far as tools go, you've pretty much got an axe and a shovel. But we're making iron now. Probably before too long, I'm going to want to have some iron tools. Probably way before too long. Need to get some more iron together. So it's probably a good idea to do the tools first, after you've gotten your weapons to a reasonable point. I'm not having any trouble killing anything, so... In fact, I'm going to switch over to axes now, actually. Hey, Zack Attack. Sorry, I was lost in. I post these on YouTube, so I kind of like try to keep a little commentary going even when there's nobody in the room. So I was kind of lost in talking to myself here, and wasn't watching the tablet that I keep chat up on, and I didn't see you were here. Welcome to the channel. And thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of new to the game. Been playing for, I don't know, since like the 1st of August, about a month, a little over a month. And, I'm not gone incredibly far in the game, but I've done tons of starts. Like the early mid game, I'm kind of getting to a point where I've really got it down. So I try to make the most of that the first few days and the first week. So thank you. How are you doing this evening? Excellent. Glad to hear. Do you are you a 7 days player as well? Awesome, awesome. Do you what do you play on? Are you on console, PC? I have the PC version also, but I got it on console first, and for some reason I've just stuck with it, even though ostensibly I've screwed around with the PC version, and it's definitely got tons more customization and runs a bit smoother. I fight better on the PC, and there's a lot more features and stuff you can build. Doo dah doo dah. But for some reason, I'm just stuck on the Xbox version. Love it on the Xbox. Excellent, excellent. Well, this is a single player game, but I've got a little crew of friends that we do some multiplayer. If you ever want to get in on some multiplayer, you can add me. My gamer tag is just Maldrick, without not the TV. That's just for Twitch. Yeah, seems to be pretty cool so far. I've done the whole trek to the trader. I'm only on day 3, well now day 4. So I haven't done any trading, but I got a bunch of corn from the trading building. So that alone was worth the update, in my opinion. I'm nuts about corn in this game. Being able to make cornbread is amazing. But it seems pretty cool. I'm not sure that I've run into to any of the new POIs, but it's early. I haven't really been looking. Actually, you know what? There's one across the street. I think, is it the Days End motel? Isn't that one of the new ones? That's the Days Inn right there. The way I'm facing behind that tree. I think, yeah. Well, I'm not sure when you picked up the cast. I was just talking about my little farmhouse outpost here. I like to farm early on. So what I do is I kind of make a farmhouse and start farming off of that, and then it kind of serves as an early base. I'm not gonna do. I don't do horde nights here in these. This is just intended to be just a day-to-day use base. As we get closer to day 7, I'll put together a temporary horde base, and then usually in the second week I start building my actual horde base, or the one for the beginning of the game, the first month or so, first month or two, just the initial kill base, and but it's more permanent, something that's upgradable. If I wanted to upgrade it to something, I could stick with through the whole game. I don't know. I haven't really been much farther beyond that, so I kind of like to do multiple bases on this one, long term. But this is just a farmhouse, and we're gonna do some work on this. I've got a little place up top here that I put a pool, and I've got the water to do it, but I kind of want to rework this, so I haven't filled it yet. And that way we can fill jars without having to go elsewhere. I'll probably expand this out a couple blocks and maybe put another floor above it to stick the bedroll, because right now I've got my bedroll kind of just sort of stuck in here. And eventually this will probably have another, I'll put another campfire here, and maybe have a third right here. So this kind of it's just not in the best spot. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of silly to build an extra floor just to stick a bedroll. Maybe I'll just expand this floor and just park it up here, because it's not like you really ever use your bedroll. You just land there in the event that you die, which I try not to do in this, being a survival game. Most games it doesn't really bother me to die, but it drives me absolutely bananas in this one. You will see I had 2 deaths. Both of those were in the morning of day 3 when I was at the juncture point of a wasteland biome and a burnt forest biome, and I just got swamped by dogs. So when I went back at the beginning of this stream for the corpse run, or I guess to recover my backpack and to do what I was going up there to do, got another dog aggro while I was still naked. All I had on me was a club, and I got a critical bleed from him, and I was able to get back to my original backpack, and it just pulled the bandages that I had. I keep them on my bar right here. I just pulled my bandages off, and I had another zombie on me, so I was having to juggle trying to kite him and get the bandages loaded up, and I just ran out of time. I just barely missed it. So that was death number 2. And I'm not real thrilled about it, because I just don't like dying in this game. Most games I really don't care, but for whatever reason in this one it bugs me. I guess because it's a survival game. It's kind of the point is not to die as much as anything else. So I don't know. It was early on day 3. It's 2 deaths. Hopefully it won't screw up my gamer stage too much, or my game stage too much. But I don't know. We'll see on day 7, I guess. All right, getting towards morning. Gotta think about what I'm gonna do. Let's see. Food and water wise, yeah, we're looking all right for now. I think I need to probably figure out what I'm gonna do about this top floor first, so I can get that pool up and running, because we're gonna need water before too long. I think I'm okay on food. I've got snowberries I can snack on, which I'll do now. I find if you do, they're poisonous at a point. But if I find if you do 5 at a time, here we'll do one more. Yeah. They don't poison you. So you can kind of snack on those and stretch out your food supply, you know, in these early, especially in these early days when, you know, things are kind of tight. I've also got 2 stacks of 50 of yucca that I grabbed while I was up in that desert biome that I was going to get the sand from, where I, you know, died on the way and all that. That really gets under my craw. But yeah, and we're okay on water for the time being, but I think dealing with the pool, since I've got buckets of water I can fill it with here, is probably our first priority. And it's morning, so we can get on it. Yeah, Hurricane Irma. That's crazy. Are you anywhere where the hurricane could land? I think how I'm gonna do this. Um. I've also decided I think I'm going to go all the way around the base of this thing. There's a rock. This was built over a rock. Which is generally what I do for my temporary bases. But I think since this is going to be more permanent, I think I'm going to go around this with probably just fill all of this for 1 layer deep of cobblestone. So I think what we'll do is we'll do that first before we start screwing around up top. So we'll start doing this, and I will chat with you. Oh wow, you're close to Miami? Oh yeah, you guys are... It's looking like... I mean, what did I see? The eye of that thing is headed, like, literally straight up the length of, like the eye is going to be on the center of the state. And it's like a Cat 4 or 5 at the moment, and they think it's still going to be when it lands. Wow. Well, you be safe, brother. I love Miami, by the way. I had my grandparents, along with I guess everybody else's grandparents, retired in the Boca area, and you know, spent every Christmas and most 4th of Julys for a week or two, both in the Boca area, and used to go to Miami a lot. I have a lot of friends in Miami now. In fact, I ought to check up on them and see how they're doing. Good. I'm glad. I'm in Tennessee actually, and I just found out earlier tonight they're saying when it comes past you guys, like it's headed right towards us in southeast Tennessee. They're saying it could still be a Cat 2 or 3 when it gets here. And we're in the freaking mountains, trees everywhere. It's not going to be like we won't see the brunt of it like you guys will, but it's going to be a heck of a storm. For this part of the country, a lot of cause a lot of flooding. We're prone to flooding anyway. So yeah, I'm glad. Be safe. Be safe. What are you doing to prepare for that? Are you tape it? When we were down there for Hurricane David. I'm old. Hurricane David in the 80s. We had to be down there because my grandfather was having surgery, and we had to prepare their house for a storm. And it's just crazy. They had the shutters you can pull down on the on the screened area of the porch. So so we moved all the furniture from outside into there. But we had to tape all the windows and everything and board stuff up. It was crazy. You doing all that? Hey, then I'm trying to pronounce your name, dude. Then that one? Is that how you pronounce your name? Then that one? The next one, okay. Sorry to butcher that. I read chat on a tablet next to me, so I'm kind of like playing the game, trying to read. Very cool. Well, welcome to the channel. It's nice to see you. Thanks for coming by. Yes, it's crazy, this storm. Well, first of all, I mean, Florida gets hurricanes. It's as I'm sure Zach can tell you, that's kind of goes with the territory for being down there, and some seasons are more active than others. But I think this one's kind of a unique one because it's literally coming up from the south, and like it's just gonna like broadside the whole state from within. And if the eye of the storm of that runs up the length of Florida, I mean, most people live on the coast. The coast is the most populated area, and there's a common misnomer that the worst part of a hurricane is the eye. The eye really isn't it, and the actual eye itself, it's relatively calm. In fact, it's very calm compared to the rest of the storm. But everything banding out from around the eye is where all the destruction is. And if the eye of that thing runs straight up the center of Florida like they're talking about, I mean, you're talking about literally the whole state getting cranked by this thing. I mean, if they're talking about it still being a Cat 2 or 3 when it gets to freaking Tennessee, I mean, you're talking like the entire length of Florida, the entire length of Georgia, before it gets to me. And that's, what, 700 miles or something? All inland, no appreciable water. That's a heck of a storm. Yeah, you helped your dad get some shutters up. That's cool. Damn it! Damn it! I knew it. Well, if you're gonna get infected, you might as well enjoy it, I guess. Getting infected in this game drives me crazy. I collect these infections like mad. It's like it and like 2 other things are like the one thing that just drives me bananas in this game. Because there are never enough antibiotics. I mean, I get infected constantly. And, like I'll loot an antibiotic or a jar of honey. And I swear I think it sits in my inventory like it's like a curse because I know I'm going to have to use it within a day. Yes, I'm playing on Xbox. I have the PC version also, but for whatever reason, I keep playing on Xbox. I like chilling on the couch. Damn it. Oh. Mr. Slacker here, bringing up the rear. Oh, there's another one. These are easy. It's just the bloateds. Well, you can't infect me again. My man. Let's go, girlie. Ah. This is a local game, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would invite you guys. I should do that sometime. Do a private game and do invites to people to the show. I don't cast that often. I just, I'm just a casual streamer. Just do it for fun. Just have some people to talk to while I'm playing. So I wasn't even thinking about that actually. But no. And my apologies for not being able to invite you. Otherwise, I would. I did run into a bloated one time, and he infected me. I think he bled me too. So I fixed that, killed him, and then looted him, and he had an antibiotic for me, which was pretty cool. No such luck this time. But I'm gonna see something here. I think, yeah, you gotta have a beaker for that. So we can make antibiotics. But gonna have to get a beaker. Beakers are easier to find than the antibiotics are. Man, I would, but I'm kind of into this game actually. I'm kind of digging my setup here so far. There's a town right next to us here. And I'm not too far from the trader. I kind of followed the quest to the Kind of followed the quest to the trader down. I'm gonna not do what I'm doing right now for the time being, and I think I need to start getting some stuff in the ground. Because I'll screw around with building stuff all day, and then it'll be 5 o'clock in the afternoon and I haven't planted anything yet. So let's go deal with that. All right, now the question is, where do we start our farm? I mean, I guess we could put it out here, kind of spread the heat out a little bit. Farms do produce a bit of heat. It's a little far away, but it'll be kind of nice, kind of lining it up the road a little bit. Let's see. Get rid of that. And that way, if you're out farming, you're kind of close to the road. You can kite on the road. I think. Yeah. I don't know. That is a little far. Can I have a look at this? Yeah. Yeah, we'll do it over in here. Actually, let's look at the map. See what the clay situation looks like. Yeah. We'll just like start it here and then just kind of work it back towards the house. Which, by the way, I need to mark this because I move my bedroll sometimes depending on what I'm doing. And I'm also the king of punching grass and missing somehow. I don't know. You guys play on Xbox. Do you find the hitboxes to be a little funky on this? They seem to be on PC too, but like really crazy on Xbox, I find. All right, Zach. Will you be safe, brother? Throw me an ad on Xbox Live if you want. If you want to play some multiplayer sometime. And the next one, you can do the same. You can friend add me. It's just Maldrick without the TV. The TV's just for Twitch because some douchebag snaked Maldrick before I got on Twitch. I've been using that name in games for almost 20 years, and frankly, it's inexcusable. World of Warcraft player, so shocker. But yeah, no, it's just Maldrick on Xbox Live. If you want to add me, we'll get something going sometime if you want. Awesome. Thanks for the ad. Well, if I don't talk to you or hear from you before then, stay safe during the storm, brother. You said you're with your folks. Listen to your dad. Do do what you need to do. Yep, take it easy, Zach. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe am I spreading out too much here? Probably not. You know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. I get real OCD with where I put stuff in this game. Because nothing sucks worse than deciding to stick something somewhere and then realizing down the road that you would have been better sticking it, you know, in a slightly different place. And then you have to move it or accommodate it, and it just drives you nuts. So I try to plan out what I'm doing. What I'm concerned about is there's a clay pit right over here, and if I were to need to expand that way, but I've got so much freaking room, I don't even think that's going to be an issue. So we'll just kind of go over towards this way and then start building farm. As a matter of fact, All right. So I like to build my farms 10 by 10 plots. I've done it other ways, and I like those too. But I find that the 10 by 10 plot works nicely because it's you've basically got a square of 100 crops each. So it kind of makes it easy to sort of figure out what you're dealing with on the fly, when you're planning and stuff. And if you want to change things around and whatever, you just always know that each square of this is 100 plants. It probably wouldn't be the worst thing for me to flatten this out, but I hate wasting time on that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens when I hoe this. So the next one, have you been playing 7 Days very long? Yeah, that's gonna drive me crazy. That's gonna set the OCD right off. So First order of business is to get this corn in the ground. Which we will start here. And I'm also just happened to loot one blueberry seed, so I will stick that in as well. Over here. Okay. Next next plot. Let's see. What would we do without frames? Frames make the world go around in this game. $11 a.m. Hopefully, yeah, I'm just gonna do one more plot today because I kind of need to get on getting that water pool up, and I want to rework how I'm doing that, which means I got to take that rock out because I kind of want to reinforce the base of the farmhouse first. So yeah, we'll do one more of these. I think should cover what we're doing. And then I'll lay down some more plots tomorrow or the next day. I'm on 120-minute days, so I think it's about a day and a half. I think for crops. So it'll be all right if it waits to the next day. As long as I keep the corn moving, we're good. Reproducing, that is. All of that corn, all 9 of those plants that I got are going to go to seed, and then you actually get 3 on tilled ground from corn, so then that'll all be seed and so forth. It should propagate pretty quick. Why does this not want to... Oh, there it went. And I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about this disease. It lasts for about 2 hours real time before it kicks up to stage 2. And that's when it starts screwing with stuff, starts messing with your stamina, I think. And then I think stage 3, it actually starts messing with your health. And it'll eventually kill you if left alone. So, obviously, it's best to take care of it during stage 1. And I think I'm on 120-minute days, so that's 2 hours. And I think I contracted it, what was it, about 7 a.m. game time, something like that. So I've got until 7 a.m. tomorrow to take care of this, which is not good because we don't need to be out at night, and I've got stuff I need to do during the day. However, most of the stuff I need to do, I can do from within the base, or a lot of it at least. So maybe when I get done with this, we'll go deal with the pool up top just to get that water situation out of the way. And I'll deal with the foundation tomorrow and not worry about that rock, even though I kind of like to do that first. I don't think it really has to be. I don't think there's no structural reason why I can't wait on that. I just wanted to get it out of the way just as an order of doing things. And then when I finish this, I'm going to go survey this town and see if there's a poppin' pills in town. See if we can, because if I can find a drugstore to loot, that'll take care of this situation and probably give us a few more for the next time it happens. Excellent. There's our airdrop. The airdrop might have it also. Really don't want to go over to this burnt forest biome though. We'll look through town. We'll just give town a survey. I like to mark these because these markers don't stay after you log, or you get the inevitable console reset, which I wish they would fix. That's kind of a pain. Although the game is so good, even with that kind of bugginess. Wait, let's see, one. I still play it anyway. I absolutely love this game. Yeah, because we needed a break from what we were doing. Maybe the nurse, for once, will drop an antibiotic. They never do. They're supposed to, at some point, drop antibiotics, but I don't know that I've ever seen it. I usually get like bandages and splints from these things. Oops. That's no good. Oh, she got up again. Or is that a different one? She did get up again. Wow. Usually the second one takes him down. Nice. Opportune time to get some new beans, or some new beans, some new seeds, because we're planting stuff. I think that one was the nurse. What did she give me? Oops. What did she give me? Grain alcohol? Yeah. Yeah, I get grain alcohol from those a lot too. I did get a beaker from one once, which would help this infection situation immensely, because I don't have a beaker yet. And I could just make antibiotics, but I don't know. It's like one of those things. They're like a couple things in this game. Like, as much as I love the game, it just absolutely drives me up the wall, and infection is one of them. And it's probably because I'm a noob and I get smacked around a lot and pick up infections. Alright, so we'll do this one and then we'll go see what's up about something to cure this infection. Although I need to check my forge. I need to do something about food, figure out my food situation, and I need to check my forge. You know what? I'm going to deal with that water situation on the roof first too. Let's see. What time is it? Oh, it's 1 o'clock. Yeah, I gotta get a move on. All right. First of all, what's the first aid bandage? 1 aloe cream, 2 cloth. 2 cloth is 4 cotton. and you need 4 aloe vera plants for 1 aloe vera cream. Blah. So it's 4 of each. So it's 1 to 1. Okay. Well, we've got so much cotton, and we get it everywhere. I'm not gonna deal with planting cotton. No planting cotton this time. My friends in Mississippi would take issue with that. Cotton planters. Actually, one literally is a cotton planter. Alright. Anything else we need to plant? Chrysanthemum has its uses, but I'm not going to sweat that either. Yeah. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Go figure out what we're going to do about this infection. Alright. Is our shiv holding up? Yeah, it looks good. I want to keep about a dozen frames on me, but I don't want to take the whole load in case something happens. I don't like to do more than 5 of these because they give you a stomach ache, but you can usually get away with 6, which I just did. We'll eat yucca. So how are you guys doing tonight? You get anything into anything exciting? Anything cool going on in your games? Alright, first thing I'm going to do... Alright, first thing I'm going to do is... Oops. This club needs a repair. And I kind of wish I knew... If I were to scrap this, how much iron I'd get back from it, because I kind of wouldn't mind making a new one. This one's one I looted, and it's about half of the quality that I can make. You know what? I am going to do that. Just whack it and make a new one. I'm going to work weapon skills tonight, so I kind of hate to waste the iron on it, but I'll have enough to make another one. I think we'll make another shiv. Just because. Keep those with me for now in case I need a repair. I'm kind of inclined to go ahead and go for the airdrop, but it kind of makes more sense to just run through town real quick. I haven't been all the way through this town, at least. Yeah, see, I haven't been all the way through. So let's see what actual POIs we have here. That is a motel. From what I've seen, it's mostly houses. Alright, so we're going to start in the southeast corner. Just go all the way around it, and then we'll... Which I think I've been this way. Yeah, I have been this way. Alright, we'll go down this street. And I'm looking forward to going through all this, but I really need to find a poppin' pills. That's a new POI, I think, from the patch the other day. I think that might be... No, I've seen that one before, actually. Come to think of it. That is awesome. They're kind of hard to come by sometimes. It's kind of crazy how this thing's like just butted up on a desert or a forest biome. In fact, some of the town is burnt forest biome. I'm not sure I've ever seen something like that before. Then again, I'm kind of new. I was really hoping to finish her off. And kind of dart back around and loot her. Damn it. Well, you can't infect me more than once. At least not that I'm aware of. It's just you nurses that I want here. These little squiggly guys are ridiculous because they're kind of fast and they do that move. Look how fast he is. Alright, there are two nurses in this pile. One of them needs to cough up either an antibiotic or a beaker. And if I had to bet, it's not, neither is going to happen. But we can hope. Boy, they're really working up a froth there in that junkyard, in that little trash area, aren't they? And we got nothing even resembling. They're more. Always splints and bandages. The easiest thing to make yourself. That's what nurses always drop for me. Have you guys ever gotten antibiotics from a nurse? I know I've gotten a beaker, and I got a blood draw kit a couple of times, which was cool. For, you know, long-term use. Which way are we going here? But I don't know that I've ever gotten antibiotics. I also don't know that I've ever seen a town in a burnt forest biome like this. Actually, that's not true. I've seen. Well, I don't know. Actually, I think that was actually Wasteland. I've seen a Wasteland town before. It wasn't a full-blown town like this one. It was more like one of those little crossroads deals, you know, with like 4 POIs in it. Shit. Okay, it's 5:30 p.m. I'm gonna stop fighting these fools. I keep stopping to fight them because I see nurses, and I keep thinking I'm gonna get some luck with a nurse. That doesn't sound too good. But we're wasting a lot of time with this because I can go check that that airdrop. They're usually pretty good about dropping antibiotics. So we're just gonna give this another, like, let's see, what direction are we going? Yeah. We're just gonna give this another kind of a run around, a run through, if you will. Plenty of stuff to loot. Wow, look at this. That's road. That's pretty cool. Plenty of stuff to loot, and I look forward to doing it. But right now we gotta get this antibiotic situation taken care of. And that would be a gas station. What is this? I don't know that I've ever seen one of these before. Is that a trailer park? It is a trailer park. That's kind of cool. That's different. Nice. It's almost 6 o'clock. This whole town is mostly houses. I really need to kill this. Alright. Airdrop's over here. Okay, we stopped by the house. Drop off the meat. Maybe clear a little space. And we make a mad dash for the airdrop. Because I really want to get this taken care of before morning. I think it's another nurse over there, but I'm not going to mess with it. Good. Mad dash. Let's see, it's now 5 p.m.? No. 7 p.m. It's almost 7. We got 3 game hours to get over there and back. And hopefully in possession of a cure for this ailment of mine. God, that drives me crazy. And this is why this is why infection drives me crazy. Well, because A, I take hits and get it. and B, because, you know, what was I going to do today? I was going to farm. I was going to work on the roof of my base, and I was going to work on the foundation of, well, it's not my base, but the farmhouse. And what did I wind up doing? Rushing through farming so I could run around to try to find antibiotics. And that's why I don't like it, because it's a big distraction. It's a time sink. And I probably should not be doing what I'm doing right now, but it's I got farming on the brain. What is that? Nice. That's why I didn't recognize it. Because those things never freaking... You know what? I'll keep the gunpowder. Those things never drop. They're not must-haves, because everything you need them for you can loot. But still. It's pretty awesome. Because they really don't ever drop. I mean, they do. I think I've gotten like 1 or 2 before. How did that not kill him? There's Mr. Burning Guy that wants to waste my time. Did it kill him? He'd be up in here. There he is. And I scared the shit out of him again. I think there's a rule in hunting. First rule is don't scare your prey. There he is. The bow is funny because, like, it's like either a comedy routine or you make the craziest shots. There he is. Don't kill me. Not out here. Boo-yah. Oh, even better. Oh. I'm going to save one of these for the trader. Look at this. We got not only got antibiotics, but we got a beaker so we can make future antibiotics. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. We have 2 hours game time to get back to the hacienda, which we should be able to do no problem. With 3 antibiotics. Ah, oh, gotta love it. And I think schematics sell pretty nicely, so I think I'm gonna see what I can do with that at the trader. I don't know. I'm gonna look. I usually remember before we had traders. I usually would read them anyway because you get a skill up. But if it levels the weapon crafting, weapon smithing, you know, there's really no point because I'm actively trying to cap that anyway. So I mean, it'll help, I guess. But I mean, one level of that is not. I mean, it might go further selling it to the guy. And we need to get some wood together also. Since we're getting close to nightfall. We might be able to make a poncho now too. I think. Maybe. Got home just in time. We got a nice collection of, oh yeah, we got plenty of everything. Just smack on stone here until we get closer to 10 p.m. and just hop up the ladder. 10:02. We made it. 3 antibiotics, a beaker, which we will put in here. We can now make our own antibiotics, which is awesome. And mission accomplished. We got plants in the ground, and we've got plenty of materials to spam craft tonight. So very good. Well, according to my timer, I've been casting for about 3.5 hours. So I'm going to stop it here, and we will pick it up from here tomorrow. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time.